Welcome to Soul, a weekly entertainment show on fashion, arts and culture, food, relationships, and mental health. Our weekly co-hosts are Dr. Delvena Thomas, Imani Warren, and Chef Irie. Now introducing our host, Miss Nicky Gelin.
Hey y'all, happy Hump Wednesday. I'm Nicky Says You Only Live Once, and welcome to another episode of MIA Magazine Presents So hope you're having a great Wednesday night. Hope it was a stress-free day. You're home unwinding and relaxing and getting ready for Thursday. So we're officially down the hump. Now, tonight's show is brought to you by the Florida Lottery and Duke and Dame Whiskey, and also the FAMU Medical Marijuana Education and Research Institute. Get credible information and engage in a safe space to learn and talk about cannabis. Educate, learn, and talk about cannabis in Florida. So again, with Duke and Dame Whiskey being one of our sponsors, we're giving you all a free bottle. So there's one simple question to answer. So as you may be aware, season 6 of Ready to Love Melanin Miami launched on July 29th. I believe episode 4 drops this Friday. So the question is this: name one of the cast members currently on season 6, Ready to Love Miami. So drop the name on our Instagram page, the MIA Magazine, or Facebook. Okay, so again, name one of the cast members from season 6, Ready to Love Miami. And speaking of Melanin Miami, this Sunday that just passed, we just dropped our 40 under 40 edition. So we are recognizing leaders of today and tomorrow, and they're all under 40. So pick up your cover or pick up your copy. It's currently available. And this Friday, we are recognizing all 40 under 40 honorees, I believe at the Lyric Theater, and also the after party will take place at the Urban. So congratulations to all the Black excellence happening right here within South Florida. So y'all, tonight it's a really, really, really special show. So from pageant queen to reality star on WeTV's new reality show called Super Size Salon, this is the world's first plus-size salon reality TV show. So I'll be speaking to the gorgeous Brittany BB Martin in a few. I have a whole bunch of questions. We even have the trailer we're going to show you as well. But this is the first of its kind. So you want to stay plugged and stay tuned. And now on to my first co-host, Imani. So Imani is our arts and culture expert connoisseur. I don't know if she's still in Cuba or she's in Atlanta. I can't keep up with her. So Imani, what are we talking about tonight?
What's up, my MIA Media fam, and welcome to another edition of Arts and Culture Report by Imani at the Soul Channel. This past event was just last night. This past weekend, the exhibition will be up, but it is called The Death of Identity. So at this particular location, which is at the Green Place, which has dope exhibitions throughout the year, you got to get on their mailing list and check them out. They're right on Biscayne, right next to Moshi Moshi. This exhibition had a host of different artists of African descent, whether it was Afro-Latino, folks from Haiti, folks from Trinidad, African-American, homegrown folks. And as you can see, some of these amazing exhibitions here, some of these artists really did an amazing, dope thing. And I'm finding that art is therapy. So you definitely have to make sure that you check out some of these spaces. Like I said, it's at the Green Place, Green Space, right on Biscayne. Look at some of the amazing arts. This was my favorite one. This piece right here, where you look at it and there's actually a little man inside. This piece right there had all the names of fallen soldiers. So when you get a chance, take a look, come by. And after you come by, get your art therapy on. I am so excited to be doing all of these things. Make sure you come by, visit. It'll be up for another month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the other side. Peace and blessings.
Well, Imani, thank you so much. I've been to Moshi Moshi so many times, and I had no idea that there was like an art gallery right beside it. Super dope. We have a month to visit, so I will definitely be there because I love my art. And y'all, now the moment we've been waiting for. So our special guest again, she is on the new hit WeTV reality show called Supersized Salon. This is like the world's first plus size salon reality TV show. So let's welcome Brittany BB Martin. Hey, Brittany.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. Happy Hump Wednesday. How's it going?
You as well. I'm humping through the week. I'm making it through.
And we all
Thank you so
are.
much for having me.
Definitely. Well, you're glittery tonight. You're a sparkling baby. I see that melanin glowing.
This
Okay.
is for you, girl. This is for you.
Yes. So tell us a bit about your background.
So I am a resident here in South Florida. The show was actually shot in Vegas, but I do live here in Florida. I'm originally from Connecticut. But I've been here. I am celebrating my 10-year anniversary here in South Florida this year. So I'm like,
Wow.
I feel like I'm Floridian now.
Yeah, I think you're like a Floridian at this point. Yeah.
Like,
Can you handle if you were to go back to Connecticut? Can you handle the winter there?
No.
Or so yeah.
No, I go visit, and I'm like, I'm not even about that life anymore. And I grew up there so long, and now I'm just like, Florida spoiled me. So now I'm like, how did I ever manage? So yeah, I think once you can't take the winter, you're just officially like,
it's a wrap. Yeah. So you're officially a Florida gal. Okay.
But I came here. I moved to Florida after college. I did go to an HBCU, Norfolk State. And then I moved here, and everybody goes, well, what was your major? What were you focused on? And I was actually in a political science pre-law background, and the goal was law school. And while I was in college, I ended up becoming a radio personality. And I feel like that is when I kind of had a shift in the possibilities of what I thought I wanted to do versus like what I just honestly enjoyed and what kind of fed my soul. And I moved to Florida, and I worked for one of the largest telecommunication companies for years. And I was working corporate with them. And somewhere in that process, I just really kind of lost myself. I was just miserable. I was not only the only woman, I was the only Black woman. I was the only young Black woman. Everybody I was working with was like 50s and up, Caucasian males. So there was just no diversity. And I was like the token, and they would bring a few of us in, and we would all shift out because it just wasn't a safe environment. It wasn't for us. And I think in that process, I was so miserable, and I was looking for an out, and I was trying to get back to like, how did you get here? And where's the last time that you remember actually feeling like I had purpose, like I had value? And I just I ran into a client of mine who was like, you're always so gorgeous. You always look so put together. And we used to have conversations about when I was in college, just doing my homegirl's makeup for whatever party we were going to. And she was like, I went to this great school. You should come check it out. And I just went to beauty school. And so I was working corporate, and I was putting myself through beauty school. And I was just on a mission to kind of find myself again. And in the process, I was like, this is me. This is where I show up my best self. This is where I feel like God has me walking and making the most difference. And so I completely just like left my corporate position and went full steam ahead into all things beauty. And I wanted to be taken seriously. I knew I came from a corporate background. And so like a lot of small businesses, you're starting from the ground up trying to figure it out. I wanted to run my small business like a big corporation, even though it wasn't. And so I went through all the beauty corporation places to learn and see how things were run and how they were able to, kind of build and expand. And then I went out on my own, and I just went, and there you go. And here we are. Like, I own my own beauty bar and boutique here in West Palm Beach in Palm Beach County. And it's BBDesire Glam. We are a luxury custom one-stop shop for all your beauty desires. So we do everything under the sun: waxing, makeup, lashes, nails, facials, and all of that. And I also own a boutique who carries clothing and accessories from size X, extra small to 3XL.
Okay, well, that explains why you're so glammed up tonight. Okay.
I was like, I got a shout for Nicky, girl.
Yeah, well, thank you. And you did. You sure did. But I do want to say that you found your gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have a gift and we have to like tap into that gift. So at a time you were kind of double dipping with the corporate and while you were going to school for your beauty education, but there's nothing wrong with that. So you were on a mission to find your gift, and this gift you found, you're happier. You're helping others feel beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud you for that, because so many of us and others, they're so comfortable in that corporate space and they're afraid to leave because there's it's security and it's a comfort level. You know what I'm saying? But you took that risk and it was the best risk you've ever taken. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, okay. So you're in the beauty field, you know, you're a plus size model, you're a talent, you own your own beauty bar. So what have the journey been like being a plus size model?
It's an interesting journey, to say the least. I think you walk into spaces where I personally feel like, and probably other plus size women would agree, you walk into spaces where you're like, I'm a part of this community, this world. I'm a part of this country. I'm a part of, me, my body, my size, all of it. And it's like, we all are unique and different in our own ways. And you walk into spaces and you see everyone accommodated but yourself. And it's like, we accommodate up into this cutoff size, and that's it. And it's a frustrating process. Even in modeling, you'll go into work with designers or you go into shows and it's like, well, what's an acceptable plus and what's not? And I've been, in the toggle between that, because people will be like, oh, you're just a little bigger, but you're not plus, or you're the acceptable because you're proportionate. So I'm acceptable. But like, if you have more stomach than hips, or if you have more something else than something else, you're not acceptable and you don't fit into. And so I think for me, it's just been a journey of trying to push the fact that I want all sizes, shapes, colors to be represented, whether that fits what used to be called beauty standard or what isn't. And a lot of times people pick and choose what they're okay with. Like, well, I'm okay with this if she's light skinned, but not if she's over this color. Or I'm okay with plus as long as it's not over a size 16. But once you get higher than that, it's like, oh no, it's not okay. I think, you kind of journey through that process when you're modeling. And I think especially here in South Florida, more than other places, there's this really strong beauty standard here to, have the butt and have the perfect boobs and have that perfect bikini body and have the beachwear because of our weather and because of all the cultures and the mixes here. And I kind of was just like, I showed up in Florida on a scene, like, here it is. Like, I'm busting it out. I was walking in shows with girls who were this big and I was the only size model. And I was just like, here it is. Like, enjoy it, because you're going to see it on the runway.
You're going to
see
get
it at the beach. You're going to see it wherever. Like, this is it. And this is what you're going to get. And if you don't like it, don't look, kind of thing. Exactly, but I think I found my sisterhood really when I was Miss Florida Plus America. And that was in 2012. And that was like my pageant queens, my pageant sisters. And it was like a conglomerate of women who were all, business driven, successful driven, and had purpose and had missions. And we were all kind of just there to kind of support each other and push those forward. And for me, that made the biggest of differences.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Yeah, it does. Yeah. You're like each other's support system. And, recently Miami Swim Week just ended. And I want to shout out Pretty Little Things because they represented everybody.
Yep.
Everybody.
They are one of the companies who are very good at that. And even when I say like my brand tries to be inclusive, but when you're not a designer, it's hard to carry over the 3X realm, because when you're not the manufacturer, it's just hard to carry those. They don't want to produce over those sizes. And I love the fact that Pretty Little Thing goes past. they push past the limits that and constraints that withhold some of the other brands out there. And I love that for them. And they always show up and show out.
I love that too. And I mean, okay, so we're in 2022. Do you feel like progress is being made as far as plus size women feeling beautiful and feeling inclusive with brands?
I definitely think it's always important to say progress. Like we have taken steps forward. Do I think the steps are enough? No. But do I think that you have to acknowledge that from when I was coming up, and I say even the fact that I'm sitting here talking to you about being on a television show, like that in itself is progress. The fact that Lizzo had a television show, that in itself is progress, you know, because the fact that there are plus size women now who are professionally dancing, who are in music videos, who are the leads in music videos, like that all is progress. Because when I was coming up, I literally think Raven Simone,
yeah.
and maybe I can't even think of her name, but Kim from the Parkers. She was Kim on the Parkers.
Oh yes, I remember her. Yes.
Those were the three that I can even name that was like all that you saw on mainstream media that you felt like relatable to. And I'm like, and then a lot of times they were the pun of the joke. They weren't even taken as a serious, you know, inclusion into whatever was going on. As far as
like society's perception of beauty, like they weren't taken that way.
Yeah. And so I think we've definitely made a large shift. And now, you know, we have a large community of people saying like, no, hold up, wait a minute. That's not what we're going to do anymore. It's 2022. You're going to see us. You're going to hear us. You're going to feel us because we control the buying power in those markets. And so it's like when you're designing and making things and when you're putting things on media, it's like we are a large part of that. We show up in numbers and you guys are going to, you know, respect that, or we're going to shift where we spend our money and what we tune into and what we support. And I think people they're starting to feel that in the pockets.
Yeah.
Which is what they care about. So
for sure. Yeah. It's the money ultimately. Yep. But I want to shout out Lizzo because Lizzo, she had like this, she was shooting this, I think, music video, and she only wanted plus size models in her music video because initially when she first wanted to scout, they were only giving her like the skinny ones, and she's like, no, I want my plus size girls. So I think Prime Video actually has some BTS with the process and everything, but I want to shout out Lizzo for that, for recognizing that like this is representation matters.
It does.
So just a big shout out to her for that. So yeah, and she's making like I would say she definitely brought more attention you know, to the plus size model community as far as being just being open and feeling confident. Look, I could wear a bikini too like anybody else, and I'm still sexy, I'm still beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I'm just as talented. My voice, not only do I have a beautiful voice, but I'm also beautiful on the inside and outside as well. So she is, I think, the epitome of representation.
No, I agree.
A few, I don't know, but I
agree. Her. She's definitely, I love how unapologetic she is because she's not scared of the controversy. And I think people show up and they're like, okay, well, you could be big and you can be, but you need to like be subtle and you need to like sit over there and be quiet and you need to just like stay in your place. And then she's like, and people are like,
it shouldn't be a double standard. It should not be a double standard.
The audacity of you to get on Instagram or TikTok in a bikini and twerk and shake. And it's like,
yeah.
Oh, it's not okay at this size, but it's okay
at that size. Yeah.
Over here. And it's like, no, girl, because we twerk too. We shake too. You know, we just got a little bit more jiggle for the wiggle when we do it. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's that real twerk. Like Beyonce thick. All right. So tell us about BBDesire. What does BB stand for?
So everybody says that. Honestly, I don't know. So what happened was I told you in college I was in radio, and I had a mentor when I first started. He was a good friend of mine, and we were going back and forth about like what my radio name should be. And there was at the time a whole lot of like Lady B's, because my real name is Brittany, and everybody just calls me B for short. So that's like B is what everybody used to call me. But I was like, what is my radio name going to be? And he was like, Lady B's, like, it's already done. There's already somebody doing that. We're going to come up with something different. And they called me BBDesire and was like, you have like this like desirable like voice, kind of like sexy smooth on the radio, and it just stuck. And so I was known for so long on air as BBDesire that when I moved here and I started trying to figure out what my brand was going to be and what I wanted to do, I was like, I didn't want to venture. I was just like, why not go with what you already kind of planted your feet in the soil with? And I was just like, instead of BBDesire, it would be BBDesire Glam, because no matter what I was going to move on to do, I wanted something that could like transfer between genres, but I knew it would always have something to do with like fashion, beauty, plus size industry. So I was like, it's going to be BBDesire, but it's going to be Glam. And so we ended up there, and that's just where we've been. But I mean, BB can be whatever you want it to be. Some people say B for my name, for Brittany, or for B, or people call me BB, or big and beautiful, or bold and beauty. I don't know, whatever resonates with you. I'm like, go with it. Go for it.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna start calling you BB moving forward. So I think like maybe Brittany BBDesire, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. Okay.
Whatever feels good for you, I'll take it.
Right. Okay. So how did the show opportunity Supersize Salon come about?
So they actually found me on Instagram. And it's a testament I love to say to people, because when you go look at my pages, you know, I think I'm proud of the work that I present on my platform of pages. But I talk to a lot of young people who feel like they have to be like viral or trending or have 100K plus followers to be relevant or to be, you know, providing substance. And I'm like, you don't. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. Like, just find your passion, find your purpose, and live in it and work in it and stay consistent. And your opportunities that are meant for you will come. And I'm literally a walking, living testimony of that. The lady of the show named Jamie, it's kind of surrounded around her story. And at her highest weight, she was over 800 pounds. And she went into a salon in Vegas, I think, or somewhere, wherever she was at, and she broke a chair, and she just had like a really horrible experience with being in a salon at her size. And so she never wanted to experience that again. She didn't want anybody else to experience that again. And so her mission was to create a safe space where all women of all sizes could be accommodated, could feel safe, and could come in and get beautified and glam and feel their best. And she was looking for a team of people to bring together who were plus size, who were women entrepreneurs, who were doing their thing successfully, and who she felt could best help create and achieve that mission. And so they found me on Instagram just based on my salon page and my post and what I was doing and what I was posting, and my own salon and brand mission and purpose. And
was it a hashtag or something, like, or because, you know, like,
honestly, girl, I'm not sure what it was that like stood out. I know I tell people all the time, it's so important. I know a lot of, like, when I first started my brand, I was scared to be the face. Like, I would post everything but myself. And I would be like, sometimes y'all being the face of your brand is like your unique stamp, and you need to, like, people want to know you, they want to hear from you, they want to know your story. And I will say I do include myself in my brand and my face and my image likeness on all of my stuff, because I want people to know who's the person behind it. But the funny thing is, in the beginning, I honestly thought it was a scam. Like, you know, people send you all kinds of crazy stuff. I was ignoring them. There was producers hitting me up for like, I think almost a month. And I just thought, I was like, this little white man's persistent. Like, I was like, who is this? He's trying to scam in my inbox.
Because you're being cautious. You know, it's social media. You can't trust anybody.
And she hit me up like, girl, like, I'm trying to connect you with my people. I really want you to be a part of what I have going on. They can't reach you. And I was like, oh Lord, this is for real. Like, it's not a scam. I almost blocked my own blessings, as they say. So
it's not your fault, though. It's not your fault.
I was like, sometime y'all gotta, like, you know, have the conversation and feel it out before you just shut that door, because sometimes it's not always what it seems to be. But yeah, we had a conversation. They told me what they were trying to do, and I was just like, I'm for it. Like, I'm about it. Like, let's do it. And it's just gone from there.
That is awesome. So what was your reaction when you first learned that you were one of the 6 chosen to be on the show?
So I knew from the jump. So there was already a team. There was already a team like it was already a thing in progress. They had been trying, and they were just missing 2 pieces of the puzzle, which was myself and the people who view and follow the show, Taj. And so when they came looking for us, it wasn't like we didn't audition for anything or anything like that. It was like, yo, we need you, and we need you to come.
Already knew.
So yeah, so it was just a thing like they were waiting for us to, are you for it? Are you not? And when we said we was for it, it was like, all right, we need you out here kind of thing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So Aaliyah, we have the trailer. Can we go ahead and play the trailer, Aaliyah? Oh my, y'all pissed her off. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what can we expect on this show? I see some drama. What can we expect?
So there is definitely some drama. There's some drama. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And you will see some turmoil, I will say, in the beginning, which for the most part I think they've seen in the episode. Tonight actually premieres tonight at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Oh no. It'll be
Friday coming up.
Friday
Okay.
coming up at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys will be tuning into episode 4. And so up until now, you've kind of seen the hardships of a group of women coming together. A lot of us left our homes, left our businesses to be here to support this business and this mission. And so it's just walking in and seeing everything that's going on or things that aren't what they're supposed to be, and then trying to get to know each other in this atmosphere of work, and then the toggle between a work relationship. Some people have friendship relationships and mixing the business with the friendship and just trying to get everything up and rolling and up to par, because again, this is the first all plus size salon in the world. So it already has its own stigma. We want everything to be above board. We want everything to be just perfect, because we don't want anyone to have any reason to have something to say or to feel away. We legit want to present our best foot forward. So with that, we like to say we're a family, and in your families, sometimes you're closer to some people than you are others. Sometimes, you guys fight, you guys argue, you guys gotta, duke it out. But at the end of the day, that's still your family. That's still your sisters. And sometimes sisters go through periods where you just don't like your sister this month, or you just don't like your sister this year. I don't know, like whatever it is. Like sometimes you're just not on the same page with that sister, and y'all got to have space and grace and then bring it back. But I think at the end, everybody there believes in what we are fighting for, believes in the mission, and just wants to help create a space where women who are usually left out or forgotten in a conversation are seen and are heard and can come to a place without judgment and feel beautiful. And so we put all of our own personal things aside to come together and make that the mission and make that the goal.
Yeah, and y'all are making history, and y'all are making history because there is an audience that needs to see that. And another great thing is that the authenticity of it as well. Like, it's reality TV. So it's not fake. You have to show the good and the bads. You have to show the arguments. And when y'all make up, and that makeup time makes y'all stronger. Arguments and makeup makes that relationship stronger.
Yeah. And I say a lot of it too is you're bringing people together who are from different areas. Like, we know, like even me being from Connecticut and being from Florida, the slang is different. The energy is different. The people are different. Certain stuff that we say up north is like, when I said it down here, people were looking like, what? Like, it's just some stuff is like you put people together from different places, and it's just like they gotta mesh and figure out people's triggers. You gotta figure out, like, I don't understand this lingo. What does that mean? And sometimes you take things away just because you guys aren't from the same place or you don't really know each other. So a lot of that too is just, it's like a dance. It's like when we first start dancing, you're trying to like girl, which way you going?
Yeah.
Left or right? And then we get into
Probably
the
on the
groove
same
and it's
page.
like, oh, okay. Like, so a lot of it is also just like new people trying to learn and figure out how each other work and operate so we can all get our groove going. And, you know, sometimes get into that groove is not, it's not just a straight road. And yeah, and it is real. I say, you know, people go, oh, it is edited. Let's be clear.
Okay.
There's edits, but I say you can't edit what's not there. Right. Yeah. And so even for myself, some stuff I'm like, I'm annoyed with when I see. It's me. And I said those things and I did those things and I was very present in those moments. But I think sometimes when you don't see the full context of something, it changes the way you perceive the clip that you're looking at versus had you had seen the pre-lead up and had you had seen the full conversation. So sometimes if I take conversation beginning here, skip over this, and then just jump to here, the context comes off very different than what is really going on. So
what's really happening,
yeah, so that's stuff. But I do say, that was us. That was real.
Yeah, it's real
good
TV.
And bad.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And so just gotta you gotta own it.
Well, I'm tuning in. I am tuning in. I love me a good reality TV show, so I'm tuning in.
Every Friday, WeTV at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you miss it on WeTV, you can stream it every following Tuesday on All Black.
Ooh, perfect. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that.
And you can use the code WeTV for a free 30 days.
Oh, I see. Okay. So WeTV.com or the WeTV app, and then you can just go ahead and stream it from there.
Or you can stream it from All Black as well. And
All Black
code,
as well. Okay.
But I think All Black makes you like subscribe. So, but if you put WeTV as your code on All Black, they'll give you 30 days free.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So now we're going to get into our MIA Soul Talk. All right. So what are the top 3 songs on your playlist, currently on your playlist?
Oh, currently?
Yes. The last 2 days, 3 days, today.
Okay, currently, y'all know Renaissance just dropped. So,
that is so
I have been cozying and comfortable in my skin, and I've been, vibing to my Beyonce. But I would say, had not happened, I am typically on like Sabrina Claudio.
Ooh.
I'm gonna mispronounce her name, but like Snow
Allegra.
Yes. Who else? I don't know. My vibes are very just like, I'm like R&B soul, all day. So, and if I'm not listening to like those kind of vibes, I'm usually back in like 90s R&B vibes. But that's
so
like
Aaliyah, Monica, Brandy.
Yeah,
TLC.
those are like
Maya.
my, like if you ride in the car with me, it's either that or, my family's Trinidadian. So then we're playing soca. So you're going to get one or the other. You're either getting soca and reggae and calypso vibes, or you're getting R&B. Those are my vibes.
Okay, well, you're Trinidad, girl. We need to link up for some double zendal and chana and some busuk shots.
Okay. I was just planning on some today, girl. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, so what is your favorite place to visit?
Well, to visit? I have to say Trinidad.
Okay.
I was trying to think. I was like, I always have a good time. Puerto Rico's always a good time just to go. It's always quick. I can run there real quick, come back. The food's good. The people are always nice. But it's something about like going to where your family's from, and it's just like the culture, the people, the food. It's always so good. And then carnival, like
carnival season. I was gonna ask if you've ever done carnival.
Like, so it's like I have to say Trinidad.
Yes. Okay. So heels or sneakers?
Heels.
Okay. Yes.
Heels all day.
I can see you being a heels girl. Okay. So what would you tell your younger self, and how old would you be?
Ooh. Well, I'm going to answer the question I know first. I'm trying to figure out how old I would be. But what I would tell my younger self is girl, it is all gonna be okay. Stay true to you. Never doubt yourself. Never question your worth. And know that you're going through a moment, but this moment won't last forever. Yeah. And I think those were the things that, like, and maybe I'll say, I probably would have had that conversation with myself. I don't know what age that is, but I would say probably around like the 5th grade.
Okay.
5th grade self.
5th grade, yeah. I think that's like what, 10 or something. Yeah, I think that's like 10. I want to say like, yeah, that's like 10 because 3rd grade is like 8 and then 4th is 9. So like 10, 11. Yeah.
Somewhere 10, around 11, that age. Yeah, that's the conversation I would have had.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And those moments like are teachable moments. Like those moments had to happen for you to reflect and to grow from those moments.
It's also the journey on you becoming who you are. Had you had not gone through those moments back then, you wouldn't be the person that you are today. But I think it's hard. Like when you're coming up, even in high school, you remember having like a bad like week or day in high school and you thought like, this is the end of the world. My life is ruined. Like, and it's like, girl, you won't even know half them people. You're not even going to know yourself in a couple years. Once you don't even know who you are yet. So this doesn't even matter, but you just.
Yeah. You're in the moment. You're just caught up in the moment. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Well, Brittany, thank you. Actually, BB, thank you so much. So I have to catch up on the last 3 episodes.
Yes.
I love reality TV shows and I love the concept behind this one in particular. So it's different. It's needed. It's not the typical, I got money, look at my car or my big old house. Like it's a legit real story that have to be seen from everybody, not just a plus size audience, but everybody as a whole.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the main thing I want to say. Even though this is a place that was catered to people who are usually left out, you do not have to be plus size. You do not have to be super size. You do not have to be any size or color. All are welcome. You will see that when you watch the show. Every single person is not a bigger person. We just wanted to make sure that people who usually are the afterthought were at the forefront of the process.
There you go.
But yeah, girl, you come to Vegas sometime. You know, you gotta call me up. Come see me.
I'm gonna hit you up. Yes, I'm gonna hit you up.
Not that you need anything, because you already got. You are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Don't need anything, but if you just want to play and have fun, I have to
check out your boutique. Oh wait, so how can we find your boutique? Like, tell us your handle. How can we find you?
The webpage is BBDesire.com. I'm sorry, BBDesireGlam.com. And I'm on Instagram under BBDesire, BBDesire Glam, and BBDesire Glam Boutique. And that's across all social media. So TikTok, Twitter.
Here we go. Okay.
Instagram. Yeah,
so everything
that's
is
the
there.
Page.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And
so I'm gonna be tuning in. I want to check out your beauty bar, your boutique, everything. And I heard you said there's all sizes for the boutique. So
yes.
Perfect. Yes. So thanks again, bold and beautiful. BB, thank you.
Thank you, girl. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Definitely. So we'll see you Friday with some drama and
Y'all come tune in.
Definitely. All right. Enjoy your Wednesday night. Thanks. And y'all, again, don't forget, this Friday, we are going to be recognizing our 40 under 40 Black professionals, #Black Excellence. We're having a ceremony at the Lyric Theater, followed by the reception at the Urban. So again, don't forget to submit your answer for the Name the Cast member on the Ready to Love Miami Season 6 for your chance to win your Duke and Dame whiskey bottle. All right, so y'all have a good night. We'll see you next week. Deuces.